much. We're just going to try to adjust the volume just a little bit so that we make sure that our volume is turned up so that when our presenters are up here this afternoon, they don't have to try to project their voice too much. How are we doing there? Let me see. Thank you, boys and girls, for coming in and having a seat and waiting patiently for our assembly to start. Let me explain. I know a lot of you already know. Our boys and girls know what we're going to be presenting this afternoon. It'll be a short assembly, but something definitely to celebrate. But for our parents, I wanted to share with you how this all came about. This is our first year that we've ever tried something like this, and this is what we call our oral language group or club that we started this year with the help of Mr. Bandy and Mrs. Martin. They came to me earlier in the year with an idea like, how can we continue to promote the development of language here at Las Palmas School for our boys and girls? And Mr. Bandy and Ms. Martin had this idea, like, let's create an after-school club where boys and girls have the opportunity to learn and memorize some literature, and then help to, and then present it, have an opportunity to present it in front of their parents and the school. And I think we had a few groups in the winter who came up here and presented, were part of our winter program, and that was a really, really nice success to see boys and girls who maybe I wouldn't have even thought would have the courage to be up here in front of, we probably have about 400 people in the room at one time. Be able to go up there and present to a large group of people is not an easy thing to do. And I know that I've been doing this now for 15 years, so it's a lot easier for me. But I remember the first time when I was in a room like this, your heart starts going a little bit, and it takes courage to be up here. So I'm really, really proud of all our boys and girls who dedicated their time after school to be part of our oral language club, and we've really seen a lot of growth in those boys and girls in their presentation skills, and I'm really glad that we were able to start this, Mr. Bandy and Ms. Martin, so thank you. Boys and girls, go ahead. I just know that we have a fantastic group of boys and girls, and you're the lucky ones who were able to come in and be our audience for this presentation. So I know that we're going to be a very respectful, a very courteous, a very kind audience, and really what this is just a celebration of our boys and girls who had the courage to join this club. All right? So when it's time to applaud, let's applaud for them, let's cheer for them, everything positive, okay, boys and girls? Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to Mr. Bandy.
Thank you, boys and girls, for being here today. I'm very, very proud to announce that these boys and girls have been studying after school and at home, working on their oral language piece, working on their fluency and their memorization of their each and individual parts since the beginning of February. So this is a long commitment, and today is a very big day for them. So let's do our best job to be the best audience we can today. I want to be respectful to them, and I hope that you guys can all be respectful as well, because it is a big deal, okay? Now, with that said, I want to waste no time up here. I'd like to make our first introduction. We're going to have a 5th grade duo come up. I'd like to have Mia Torres and Meryl Rumela come out. They're going to be presenting the first piece today. It is a humorous duo, and then we will be listening to Dog Breath by Dave Pilkey. Let me get out of their way.
Dog Breath by Dave Pilkey. There once was a dog named Hallie who lived with the Tosis family. Hallie Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Hallie Tosis had horrible breath. Whenever Hallie Tosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. When the children took Hallie Tosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Hallie Tosis. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. And Hallie jumped up to say hello. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. So the next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hallie. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Hallie Tosis to the top of the mountain that had a bright Hallie would lose her breath from all the excitement. But it didn't. Finally, the children Hallie toasted to a carnival. They hoped that Hallie would lose her breath on a speedy roller coaster, but that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hallie's bad breath had failed. Now only a miracle could save Hallie. Later that night, when the Tosis family was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet room when suddenly they came upon Hallie Tosis. Yikes, whispered one burglar. It's a big, mean, scary dog. Aw, don't be silly, whispered the other burglar. It's only a cute little fuzzy puppy. The two burglars giggled at such a sight of a friendly little dog. That dog couldn't hurt a fly, whispered one burglar. Come here, Poochie, Poochie. So Hallie Tosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. The next morning, the Tosis family hoped to find two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning into crooks, and soon Hallie Tosis became the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their mind about finding a new home for Hallie. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all.
Okay, let's give it one more time for those girls. Good job, good job. So does everybody understand what halitosis is?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's a play on words on bad breath. Okay, the next group will be a verse choir. And this means that there will be more than two students working together. We have Enoch Valdivia, Joshua Precado, Brendan Yavara, and Gianni Lombardi, and they will be presenting Gum by Robert Munch.
Gum by Robert Munch. When Colin had $5, he went down to the Northern store.
I want some chewing gum. I want lots of chewing gum.
Well, said the man, for $5, the most chewing gum that you can buy is the kind that comes in a roll, sort of like pick.
Right, said Colin. I want some of that kind.
So the man gave Colin a roll of chewing gum, and Colin said,
That's not enough. Don't you have any that comes in a bigger roll?
I do, said the man, but it tastes terrible. It's called Bravo, 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 and nobody likes it.
I don't care, said Colin. I just want a lot of gum. Give me a lot of gum.
So the man gave Colin an enormous roll of Grubble Bubble Gum gum. Colin unrolled the gum and put it in his mouth. His cheeks got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until his head looked like a balloon. He walked into his house and his mother said, Julie, Colin, what is the matter with her head? Oh, said Colin. Colin said, the mom, open your mouth. Colin opened his mouth and his mother said, chewing gum? I would have that chewing gum at the table. Colin, you have to take said Colin. So at dinner time, Colin took out the chewing gum and put it on the wall beside his bed. After he was done eating dinner, he came back and put it in his mouth. At bedtime, his mother said, Colin, you've been chewing gum all day, Colin. Your head looks like a balloon. At bedtime, Colin took out the chewing gum and put it on the wall beside his bed. Good, said the mom. No chewing gum at night. As soon as his mom and dad kissed him and went out of the room, Colin put the chewing gum back into his mouth and started chewing. He was just going to chew it for a while and didn't mean to go to sleep, but he did. He fell asleep with the chewing gum in his mouth. In the morning, he woke up with his hands all stuck to the chewing gum that was all over his face. Oh, said Colin. His little sister Lisa came running in and jumped on him and he got stuck. His little brother Dennis came running in and jumped on him and all greedy yelled, help, help, help! The dad came in and said, what a mess! He grabbed Lisa and got stuck to Lisa, who was stuck to everyone else. The mom came in and said, oh no, but she had an idea. She told the dad to run outside. It was 30 below zero. Wow, said the dad, it's cold. Wow, said Lisa, it's cold. Wow, said Dennis, it's cold. Said Colin, go anyway, said the mommy. Well, it was so cold, the gum got hard. Lisa started to shiver, the gum broke, and she fell off. Danny started to shiver, the gum broke, and he fell off. The dad started to shiver, the gum broke, and he fell off. Then there was just Colin, all covered in gum. The mom let him shiver for a long, long time until the gum apart, and then she hit him on the head with her hand. Bam! Well, the gum broke into two pieces and fell down into the snow.
My gum, said Colin. I need more gum.
Yes, you do, said the mother. So Colin and his mother went to the northern store, and the mother said, I want some chewing gum. I want some chewing gum. I want the kind that comes in a roll. So the man gave her a roll of chewing gum, and she said, that's not enough. Don't you have any that comes in a bigger roll?
I do, said the man, but it tastes terrible. It's called Grubble Bubble Bum Gum, and nobody likes it.
I don't care, said the mom. I just want a lot of gum. Give me a lot of gum. The man gave her an enormous roll of Grubble Bubble Bum Gum. Great, said the mom. I would take 2 rolls. So the man gave her 2 rolls, and the mom gave it to Colin and said, chew this. So on the way home, Colin chewed both rolls of Grubble Bubble Bum Gum. By the time he got home, his head looked like a balloon. The mom said, spit the gum out. Colin spit out the gum, and the mom took the chewing gum and stuck it on Colin's back and stuck Colin on the wall just above the sofa in the living room. He stayed there all day and slept there all night. The next morning he said, I would like just one stick of chewing gum. Wonderful, said the dad. He took everyone to the northern store and got everyone and just one stick of chewing gum.
That group of boys has been working really, really hard. I want to give them a second round of applause as well. Okay. So as you can tell, they had to do a lot of work with their voices. They had to do a lot of inflection, and they had to really understand what that piece was about. There's a lot of timing involved in that particular piece because some of the jokes aren't understood if you go too fast. Okay, our third and final presentation today is going to be a soloist. And this is a very special piece because this young lady has been all by herself working on this piece. She doesn't have a partner to be able to lean on if she forgets a line. So this is a very, very difficult piece. It's a little bit longer and it's a little bit serious. So I would like it very much if this group was paying close attention and doing a really good job of being a very polite audience. All right, I would like to have Iris Belshi Grimaldo come up, and she's going to be presenting What Do You Do With an Idea by Kobe Yamada.
What do you do with an idea? By Kobe Yamada. One day I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered, what do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I don't know what to do with it. So I walked away from it. I acted like it didn't want to do me, but it followed me. I worried what others would think. What people would say about my idea. I kept to myself, I hid away, and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed. But there was something magical about my idea. I had to admit, I felt better and happier when it was around. It wanted food, it wanted to play, actually it wanted a lot of attention. It grew bigger and we became friends. I showed it to other people even though I was afraid of what they would say. I was afraid if they saw it, they would laugh at it. I was afraid they would think it was silly. And many of them did. They said it was no good. They said it was too weird. They said it was a waste of time and would never become anything. And at first, I believed them. I actually thought about giving up on my idea. I decided to protect it, to care for it. I fed it good food, I worked with it, I played with it, but most of all, I gave it my attention. I like being with my idea. It made me feel more alive, like I can do anything. It encouraged me to think big, and then to think bigger. It showed me how to walk on my hands because it did. It is good to have the ability to see things differently. My idea grew and grew, and so did my love for it. I built a new house, one with an open roof where it could look up at the stars. A place where it could be safe to dream. Then, one day, something amazing happened. It spread its wings, took flight, and burst into the sky. I don't know how to describe it, but it went from being here to being everywhere. It wasn't just a part of me anymore. It was now part of everything. And then I realized, what do you do with an idea? You change the world.
Okay, everybody, as you can tell, hers is a hard piece, and she did a really good job with it. Give her another round of applause, please. All right, I'd love to have all of our contestants come up here to the stage and give knowledge of the group. Come on out, boys and girls. Let's stand on the stairs here. Okay, Las Palmas, let's give them one final round of applause and let them know how proud you are of them. Boys and girls, I want to ask you guys a question. After seeing this today, how many of you would be interested in helping us participate in next year's festival? Good, good. If you are interested in being a part of next year's festival, we will be putting out permission slips at the beginning of the school year next year, and we are very, very excited about the Oral Language Festival becoming something we can do every year and make this an annual tradition at Las Palmas.
I wanna do it.
Me too. Thank you guys very much, and I'll go ahead and let you look back to your teachers.